Hi guys, welcome back to the Hangout Sessions. New season, football is back, and we've got a preview of the Community Shield game, Arsenal versus Chelsea. I'm here with Travis. How you doing?
I'm all good. I'm all good.
Glad the season's back.
I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit. I don't know. I don't feel I don't. From an Arsenal perspective, I don't feel personally. I don't feel confident about this season. So I could have had another month of no football.
Yeah, ever the optimist sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not wanting the season to come back.
Yeah.
You're probably the one of the few fans that wanted that. I think.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I wasn't too happy with how the season ended last season.
Yeah.
I wasn't. A lot of people are getting. A lot of Arsenal fans are getting excited about the signings, and
yeah,
I'm not.
Not so much.
No.
Finished fifth last year, so
I'm not so much. I don't see how we're gonna better what we did last season. But
do you not feel like you've strengthened, or you feel like you need more players?
we've moved sideways. So looks like I'm very out the loop, by the way. I've been enjoying the no stress of like football not being on. Like I've been happier than I think I've been in years.
Sometimes a good time for Arsenal fans right now after last.
I think we've moved sideways. That's how I'll put it. I think the best signing we could have got was a new manager. That's, I think, the best signing. That's the most important signing we could have made. We didn't make that important signing. We got a striker in Lacazette who should score goals, but we're also going to lose a player who never really got a chance in Lucas Perez. We've got three of our best players, arguably, in the last year of their contract. We've got a manager who thinks that's an ideal situation. I had to laugh when I saw him say that, because if I didn't, I would have smashed something.
Who are the three? Who are the three you think out of contract?
So Oxlade-Chamberlain's out of contract summer 2018.
Linked with
Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil, them three.
Yeah.
Ox, Alexis, Ozil, all out of contract next summer.
Big
We've got a manager saying that's an ideal situation.
Do you expect from your point of view, do you reckon any one, two, or all three of them stay, or all three of them go?
I don't see why any of them will stay. What are you staying for? Like, that's my honest opinion. Like, why would you stay? What are you staying for?
Well,
unless the money is good, and they're settled in London. That's the only two things. Because they can't be staying for football purposes. We're not moving forward. So, I don't know. Like, if any of the three go, I just hope they don't go to rivals. But I wouldn't blame them for leaving.
Would you be, like with the Alexis Sanchez situation, that's obviously big talk at the moment. Would you rather he went now, got sold, you got 40, 50 million for him now? Or do you keep him for a season and maybe try and get another year out of him, and then he goes on a free net and potentially goes to Man City?
Yeah, the money's not mine. So, to be honest, the money's not mine. It's not going into my pocket. So I just hope he stays, really. Like, I hope he stays. Like, just see out your contract. If you don't want to play, then he can just sit in the reserves for a year. I'm not really bothered. I wouldn't cashing in on Alexis or Ozil now. Just be a nightmare, because we wouldn't replace him. But the reason this has been allowed to drag on so long, especially with the Alexis situation, is learned behavior from Wenger. What Wenger did at the end of last season, to me, was unacceptable, to just string the fans along like that, like saying, I've made a choice, I know what I'm going to do, and just like make it like that. Alexis has learned from that, and he's doing the exact same thing. Like, because if your manager of the club's going to do that, then of course the player's going to do that.
Yeah, it's not really setting a good example for the players.
Anyway,
Sanchez or Ozil, if you could keep one of the two, who would you rather keep?
Oh, don't ask me that. I love both of them. Oh man.
Oh, we can come back to that. It probably depends.
yeah.
Anyway, do you reckon? So Sanchez, obviously, I think he's been unwell of recent.
Yeah, he had flu or something.
Yeah. Do you expect him to play tomorrow?
Yeah, he'll play, I think.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the new man Lacazette, as mentioned, he'll spearhead that attack ahead of Giroud.
See, because I've had such a nice summer, not really focusing on Arsenal. I've seen bits and bobs, and I saw a game where he was playing on the wing. So I don't know if he'll spearhead the attack. Like, I really don't know.
But you'd expect him to play.
Because possibly, yeah, I do expect him to play. Whether it's up front or not, I don't know.
Is another question. And how about this 3-4-3? What are your thoughts on that formation? Kind of almost nicking it off Chelsea a little bit as well.
Yeah, I really like it. I like it.
It worked against us before.
Yeah. Arsene Wenger was stubborn. We kind of gave birth to that formation anyway. we forced you to change.
Yeah.
But, I really like it. It works with our players. Like, it really brought the best out of Oxlade-Chamberlain. Him at right wing back last season was dangerous. I've not seen him like that for years. He said something that he likes to pick the ball deep in the on the pitch and just run. Whereas normally he's making a lot of runs off the ball. He gets to actually run with the ball.
Yeah.
I like
similar like with Victor Moses for Chelsea, obviously more of a winger but brought back, but it allows him to have more time with the ball and actually run with it where he's probably more effective. So,
and how good was he last season? Like, massive. It's like a new signing. I know it's cliche, but
yeah. Well, I don't think any Chelsea fan, if you'd said at the start of last year that Victor Moses is going to be a Premier League winning wing back, I'd have probably scratched my head hearing that. So,
yeah, that's crazy.
You've got to give credit to Conte for getting the best out of him, for sure. So, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he does this season as well, because I think he was a little bit, a weak link. I think in terms of our formation, like that system last year. I think that's where teams started to figure us out a little bit. Him and then Azpilicueta playing on the right of the back three. So yeah, just hopefully we can tweak that a little bit this season. That'd be good. So
has that been tweaked, or
they've kept it the same from what I've seen. But Chelsea have only played a couple of pre-season games, so I'm sure we'll be keeping an eye on it tomorrow. But yeah, no, it should be interesting. I think it'd be interesting to see how our forwards do as well. Obviously, now that we don't have Costa, Hazard's out as well. Pedro obviously got a knock against Arsenal in a pre-season game, so I'm interested to see how sort of the Batshuayi and Morata possible partnership might even go tomorrow.
From a football viewpoint, just from a football fan viewpoint, I am excited to see Morata in the Premier League. Like, just purely from a football fan viewpoint, it'd be interesting.
I'm pleased that we got him. He was the one I wanted as a Chelsea fan. Just obviously what he's done at Real, almost playing second fiddle, really. And then so
you didn't want Lukaku?
No, personally not. I think he's a little bit overrated. So personally,
yeah, but he's guaranteed to score goals, though.
Yeah, I guess he has done it in the Premier League, which obviously Morata hasn't. But obviously he's gone to Man United, so what will be will be. It will be interesting to watch him this season, see how he does, because obviously he's going to a big team, so obviously he's going to get more chances, you would think. But yeah, I think Morata will be good. I think Batshuayi actually has got a decent shot this year of actually being number one. From what I've seen of him in pre-season, he scored 5 in 4 games over pre-season.
I like it. I like Batshuayi.
Yeah.
He always has a little bit of banter with Arsenal fans on Twitter as well.
Like, yeah, I've seen that as well. Yeah, it's good on Twitter. So good character, I think, as well.
One thing I've been impressed with Chelsea with over the last few years is the departures out and managing to get big fees.
Yeah,
that really bankrolls a lot of your stuff. Like, obviously the big man, the big Russian, he's there, but like you've managed to like make good transfers because you seem to always get big fees. It's quite frustrating from an Arsenal perspective, just watching that every season. But yeah,
Yeah, it's obviously criticised from a footballing point of view of how we almost stack up all these young players and stuff who never played. But from a business point of view, it works because obviously sold players for good money. You'd like take the likes of Begovic, we've sold Ake,
20 mil for Ake.
Like players here and there, like 20 million for Ake.
Yeah, what do you think of yeah, that's like 30 mil for Begovic and Ake together. Like what on earth?
Exactly.
All right, well, I was gonna say Matic. Was that was he falling out of favour?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know. I think he was better last year, obviously the year before that when he was awful. And obviously, but he still played a lot last year. So I'm a little bit surprised by that one. I don't know whether, maybe he isn't as in favour as, with Conte.
Yeah, maybe Conte's just seeing it as a straight upgrade for Bakayoko. Like he just well.
I think if you look at again going back to the point of how we get good fees, Matic was 29 or like the day after we sold him last week. So he's 29, got 40 million for him. That's the same price we paid for Bakayoko. Plays in the same position, but Bakayoko is 22.
That is ridiculous, and that's business. That's how you do football. I respect that.
Yeah,
and you know what? Yeah, that's a decision that I reckon Conte's made. He's probably thinking about that March, April. Maybe I'm underestimating him, and he already had that in mind from earlier than that. Like that's football. That's how you do business.
It wouldn't surprise me. He seems that kind of guy. Like he said with the Costa thing, he said he'd already decided in January. Obviously, when there was that sort of that news came out about how he wanted to go to China and stuff, but he'd already made his mind up then. And yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you'd already thought, well, if we can get 40 mil for Matic, I'd rather have a 22-year-old, who's got more energy. He's still big guy, good in tackle. So it'd be interesting to see how he plays. Obviously, he's going to miss tomorrow. I think he's going to miss first game of the season. But yeah, I'm excited by him as well as Morata, and even Rudiger, the other sort of major signing that we've made, a centre back. I don't know how or where he sort of fits in, obviously with the back three because they were very good last year. But yeah, he's another one. Sort of like obviously paid quite big money for him, like 34 mil or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's another one who.
But what you just said then, the major key about that is the fact that you're going to be in the Champions League this season, so you're going to need the squad. Last season, you could get away with the squad you had and having that back three and just hoping that no one got injured. This season, you're going to play more games, so having him there, who's like recognized to be a good centre back, like people know that he's a good centre back. Having him there as well, that's just adds to squad depth, which I think is good.
Yeah, that's the important thing, really, is having more players, more quality players in those positions. Because, yeah, we are going to play more games, and obviously in the Champions League, it's hard games as well. So yeah, it's. I think we've done well in who we've brought in. I just think we need a couple more players. I think we've almost let too many players go. Personally, a little bit short. Thinking it's like a week before the season starts. But yeah, otherwise, like I think we can get a few more good players in.
So what are you expecting from tomorrow? And do you how do you think how do you value that the game? Like what do you know what I mean? Like what does it mean to you, the game tomorrow?
I mean it's always kind of just seen as the curtain raiser, isn't it, really? But I don't think it has too much impact on the season ahead. I think actually I read something earlier about the last team to win the Community Shield and then go on to win the league was Man United in 2010.
Wow.
So obviously, or that might be right. Don't quote me on that, but it was a little while ago, I think. So so I think obviously it doesn't really have much of an impact on how a team does. So to be honest, I wouldn't be too worried if we didn't win tomorrow, because I'd rather us do well over the course of a season. But obviously, I'd like to win. To be fair,
yeah, always good to beat Arsenal, and it's always good to beat Chelsea from both teams' point of view. Arsenal fans will freak out if there's a bad result tomorrow, and everyone knows that. And I think it's doubled with the fact that we've already lost to you in pre-season already. So like, and I didn't watch that game, but from what I've heard, Arsenal are all over the place in that game. So if that's to happen again tomorrow, people will go crazy.
Yeah, they weren't great in that game, but obviously it's pre-season. So again, pre-season is one of those you can't take it too seriously.
Yeah,
it all depends. I think, you know, if whoever wins, if Chelsea win or Arsenal win, and it's close, or it goes to penalties or whatever, then it's not too bad. But obviously, yeah, maybe from an Arsenal point of view, if we beat you 2-4 again, then yeah, obviously it's not going to be good for. It's not how Wenger's going to want to start the season. Obviously, like you said earlier, him extending his contract probably against what a lot of fans wanted.
That's so gutting. Like, I just find that whole situation gutting because I just think Arsenal are dying out for just something new. You know, I'm not even going to get into that because
it could go on and on and on.
Yeah, it could.
About it. So, but yeah. Anyway, well, if we had to predict the score, what do you reckon?
Oh,
just pluck a figure.
We need a big performance tomorrow. We need to treat that. I kind of predict a score. John, I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. 1-0. I'm gonna go for it. 1-0 to Arsenal. We need to win it tomorrow. You can get away with treating it like a preseason fixture. We really need a big performance. We've lost, I think, a couple times in preseason now. I think we lost last weekend. We lost to Chelsea. We need a performance, otherwise the fans are gonna freak out. Like, and I know that the Arsenal fans have been waiting to freak out all summer. Like, that's what Arsenal fans like to do. So yeah, we need a win. I think the players
it's more important, I think, for Arsenal to win than it is for Chelsea.
I agree. So I think we'll take it 1-0. Good battle.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think it will be close. I think that's a good point. I could maybe see it going to extra time. I think maybe 1-1 in normal time and then extra time. Obviously, being with my blue top on, I would like to think it would be us that would do it. Yeah, so I think maybe 1-1 and we'll nick it in extra time.
Oh God.
But either way, I think it'd be close. Be a good game. So we will see. So all will happen tomorrow. All will be revealed. How about the new season as well? How do you think Arsenal will start?
Mate. Yeah, I can't see us improving on last season. I'm looking at Man United, Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Spurs, Man City, Liverpool. Yeah, I think 5th. That's my prediction. Like, I'm more interested in thinking what you think this season because you got a title to defend.
Yeah,
where are Chelsea going
to? Obviously, you look at those big teams, what they've done. Obviously, spending a lot of money. Well, as have we. Everyone's spending a lot of money. I still think we'll be up there. I think if we can play like we did last season, get a few more players in. Obviously, we need either Batshuayi or Morata to score goals, and once Hazard's back, I think we can come second again.
So who's
we'll be behind a Manchester club. I just don't know which one. Probably more City, I would say. I think I'm leaning to City, but I'll take second. We can.
Oh man, I just begging for a title. I just want a title run, but I just can't see it.
I'd like to see it. I think that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants as many teams going for that title as possible. So hopefully Chelsea and Arsenal are both there come May, isn't it? So
Yeah.
But we'll see. Anyway, first thing first is the Community Shield tomorrow. See what happens. We'll maybe talk about this in a subsequent post and see how it affects the two team seasons going forward. So anyway, that's been the Hangout Sessions, guys. If you